What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna
I
get
ain't
you
gonna
here
do
in a
nothing. I ain't running
second.
away. You can do whatever you want.
He says he's confused, that everything is in chaos. But in the end, Chad Doerman, he has to face the truth that he caused the deaths of his 3 sons. And that moment of realization comes when it's too late to save them. In this true crime case, the story isn't just about the crime itself, but about the series of clear warning signs that appeared and how they were ignored until the tragedy occurred.
Stand the f up!
The events began on June 15, 2023, when Doerman returned home early from work. According to court records, he appeared unusual in behavior, walking through the house holding a Bible and repeating phrases aloud. His wife, Laura, told investigators he attempted to access the gun safely, frightening her. When she threatened to call his parents, he told her he was joking. Concerned about leaving him alone, Laura lay down with Chad and their 3 sons for a nap in the master bedroom.
All 3 of the boys joined him in the master bedroom for a nap. At some point after lying down with the 4 of them, the defendant got out of bed, opened a gun safe that was next to the bed, removed a Marlin Model HC-22 rifle from the gun safe and loaded the magazine. The defendant shot his son, Hunter Doerman, twice. While in the bedroom, his wife, Laura, began to render aid to Hunter and yelled for the other children to run. Laura's 14-year-old daughter, Alexis, who had been watching television in the family room, made her way to the master bedroom and witnessed the killing of Hunter. Alexis immediately began to run and indicated that Chasen had fled out the back door.
Clayton fled through the back door. Alexis followed Chase in an effort to protect him. Laura attempted to shield Chase and suffered a serious injury to her hand while trying to block the rifle. Despite this, Doerman used the weapon toward Chase. Deputies arrived shortly after and took Doerman into custody without resistance. Body camera footage shows him appearing calm and compliant.
Stand the f up! What are you doing, man?
Hey, are you copying all this?
Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt nobody.
You got anything on you?
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him.
All right.
He won't bite you.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna
I
get
ain't
you
gonna
here
do
in a
nothing. I ain't running
second.
away. You can do whatever you want.
The prosecutor details the days leading up to June 15th. On June 10th, Doerman encouraged Laura to take Alexis shopping so he could spend time alone with the boys. He took them to a dirt track, posting photos online. On June 11th, Doerman took the boys fishing. Prosecutors note there were no reports of domestic violence, and the family appeared stable. Chad worked in construction, and Laura homeschooled Clayton while caring for the younger children. On June 14th, Doerman unusually woke Alexis early before leaving for work and apologized for anything he may have done to hurt her. Co-workers later stated his behavior at work appeared normal.
The entire family went to the ball game. There were no indicators that anything this horrible was about to occur.
On the morning of June 15th, Doerman searched for a song titled Happy in Hell on YouTube. Lyrics reflecting confusion, guilt, and internal struggle were later referenced by prosecutors. Doerman left work around 9:30 a.m. and told his mother he was experiencing confusing thoughts. She advised him to visit a medical clinic. Surveillance shows him entering a grocery store, browsing supplements, briefly approaching the clinic counter, and leaving without assistance. On the way home, Doerman purchased beer and went to a shed behind the house. When the family returned from errands, the boys greeted him happily. He played with them while Laura prepared lunch. During lunch, Doerman told Laura it would be his last good meal, causing her concern that he might harm himself. He later called his father and stated that Clayton would be the hardest. Throughout the afternoon, Doerman did yard work and read from the Bible while repeating phrases aloud. Shortly before 4 p.m., he accessed the gun safe again, telling Laura he was only playing when she expressed fear. Doerman told the boys he loved them and that they had done nothing wrong. The family returned to the bedroom. Laura believed he was considering self-harm and attempted to call for help. He took her phone, told her it was too late, and indicated he would not harm himself.
Suddenly, after lying down, the defendant jumps up, grabs the 22 rifle from the safe,
and terror fills the room. As Laura is screaming, the boys are screaming, Laura is frightened that he's about to kill himself. They're all trying to encourage him, telling him that they love him and beg him not to kill himself. Laura takes the phone out to call 911 to get some help there for Chad, who she believes is about to kill himself. He grabs her phone, throws it across the room, and tells her it's too late. He's not going to kill himself. It is too late to save those boys.
And the worst happened.
Takes the rifle, points it at Hunter, and shoots him multiple times. Laura sees this, Alexis sees this, Clayton sees this, Chase sees this. Laura screams to the other children to run while she tries to render aid and eventually does call 911 after Hunter has been shot. Hunter was shot in the right arm, right torso, stomach area, and twice in the right side of his head.
Laura Doerman made an emergency call to 911. Although 2 calls were recorded, only a short portion was used due to the overwhelming level of stress. Laura's voice betrayed her desperation as she tried to keep her children safe, while Chad continued shouting in the background.
He's hurt! He's hurt, Daddy! He's hurt! My baby!
What is happening?
Hey, come on, run! Run!
Doerman opened fire again, and Laura moved Hunter out of the house while urging the others to flee. Clayton ran outside. Alexis chased after him. She later witnessed Clayton being attacked at a distance, after which Doerman approached and fired again.
So after Alexis sees this, she knows that Chase is still running around crying. She hears him. She runs back into the house to grab Chase. She grabs him, flees the residence, and begins to run across the yard out towards the street with the intent to go to the firehouse, which is, in close proximity to protect him.
Chase attempted to hide near trash containers. The boy is only 3 years old. Everyone.
At some point, the defendant points the gun at Chase's head and fires it, but the magazine is empty, so it's just a click, as I said the other day in court. At some point, he reloads. Laura, protecting Chase, is physically fighting with the defendant. As I said, and as you're aware, the defendant bit Laura. In a desperate attempt to save Chase, she places her thumb over the barrel of the rifle and took that projectile in an effort to save Chase. But unfortunately, the defendant was not to be deterred. He prevailed in the struggle, had control of the weapon, and executed Chase in front of Laura.
According to Tooley's description, Clayton and Chase were placed next to Hunter in the yard while the mother tried to keep the situation from getting out of control. Shortly afterward, Doerman was taken into custody, and his reaction drew particular attention from the authorities.
He took my life from me! My life!
What are you doing, man?
Hey, are you copying all this?
Can I roll over? I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna hurt
You
nobody.
got anything on you?
No, I ain't got nothing, man. Phone, that's it. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. Just make sure that dog don't come out. I don't think he'll bite you. Just don't reach for him and try to grab him and pet him.
All right.
He won't bite you.
What's going on, man?
Nothing. Can I stand up? It's kind of uncomfortable.
I'm gonna
I
get
ain't
you
gonna
here
do
in a
nothing. I ain't
second.
running away. You can do whatever you want with me.
When deputies detained Doerman, he appeared detached and later made statements admitting responsibility. Prosecutors highlight these statements as evidence he understood his actions. Furthermore, what Doerman said afterward, in the prosecutor's assessment, reflects that he understood his actions and knew they were wrong.
Among these statements the defendant made to the detectives, Detective Mike Ross and Mike Green, that because Laura tried to stop him from murdering these boys, that he should have killed her first.
You remember your wife trying to stop you from shooting you? Yeah.
Investigators explain that Doerman later claimed mental illness, but records show he had never been diagnosed, treated, or medicated for mental health conditions before June 15th. 2 mental health experts evaluated Doerman. Both suggested he may have experienced a mood disorder, but they disagreed on whether he met the legal standard for insanity. The court-appointed expert concluded that despite possible symptoms, Doerman understood the wrongfulness of his actions. Prosecutors suggest Doerman exaggerated claims of delusions during interviews. They acknowledge uncertainty about his motive and state it may never be fully understood. Defense attorneys argued Doerman was in a psychotic state, while prosecutors maintain he retained awareness. Doerman expressed regret and acknowledged responsibility, but could not reverse the outcome.
With acknowledgement of the pain and the suffering and the fact that these 3 beautiful boys are gone, Chad would never have done that, except that he was delusional, he was in psychosis when this happened. All 3 psychologists basically acknowledged that. Dr. Dreyer acknowledged it. They don't agree on whether it qualifies as long enough for serious mental illness or whether he had some appreciation of the legal wrongfulness of what he did. But the fact is, he loved those boys more than anything. And he was ill. He was sick, profoundly sick at the time. There's nothing more he can say at this point except that he's sorry about that. He did it. He acknowledges that. He's taking responsibility for it. He can't bring those boys back and do anything to do it. I think he would wish that he stayed at the little clinic for a little longer than he did. I think he wished that, in hindsight, he put signs there before this happened. Tried to power through it. He wouldn't do that again. And until it was too late, he couldn't. He was out of control.
Anything further on that?
No.
Mr. Doerman, is there anything you want to say on your own behalf before I impose sentence? No?
At sentencing, the court addresses the devastation caused by the loss of Clayton, Hunter, and Chase. Alexis delivers a victim impact statement describing her love for her father, her grief for her brothers, and the permanent changes to her life.
I am the person who I am today because of you. And no matter what anyone says, you raised me well, and you gave me an amazing life, and I will forever be grateful for the memories and time you spent with me. Ever since what you've done, my life has been something I would never wish upon any family. It is the most heartbreaking and emotional thing anyone could go through. Chad, I miss you, and I miss the boys dearly, and nothing will ever be the same again because of you. Whenever something exciting happens, I always just want to tell you, because I know you would be so proud of me. Softball to me isn't the same anymore, because that was our sport, and that was the boys' sport. You made me an amazing ball player, and whenever I play softball, there isn't one game where I don't think about you. And whenever I get a good hit or I learn a new pitch, I always wish I could tell you, because I know you would be so proud of me. And when good things like that happen, it sucks to look on the sideline and not see you be there, and for the boys not to be cheering me on like they always did. And Chad, I still work very hard on my grades. And I was on the honor roll this past year. And I know for a fact, if you were there to see it, you would be so happy for me, because my grades have always been so important to me.
She states she will never forgive what happened, but says she will not hate her father. Many viewers called Alexis's statement unusually mature, grief without turning into rage, even while naming the damage clearly. Laura Doerman in turn delivers her statement, ongoing grief, trauma, and the loss of motherhood as she knew it.
My life was ripped away from me and destroyed. Since that day, I have spent every day grieving the loss of my 3 sweet, so very little sons. I grieve the loss of Clayton, Hunter, and Chase every single day. And I grieve the life that they did not get to live. I no longer get to raise them and watch them grow. I miss each one of them so very much. I miss their laughter, silliness, love, and joy for life. Where there used to be so much laughter, happiness, noise of rowdy little boys, there is now silence and emptiness. I would do anything to push them on the swing, cover them up one more time, and hear their little ways of saying, I love you.
She recounts replaying the day repeatedly and struggling with survival after failing to save her sons. After sentencing Doerman to life custodial sentence without parole, Laura asks the public to remember her sons for who they were before June 15th. Active, joyful children who loved sports, outdoors, and family. The boy's obituary describes Clayton's love for building and humor, Hunter's affection for nature and baseball, and Chase's playful spirit and closeness to his family. The case concludes with a call to remember their lives beyond the tragedy. After June 15, 2023, what remained was an unfillable void, and the words at sentencing revealed the extent of the devastation this family suffered. Only when faced with justice did Chad Doerman confront the truth that misunderstanding, downplaying, or delaying seeking help had led to permanent consequences. This true crime story reminds us that any warning signs of mental health problems posing a risk to children need to be addressed immediately. Calling for medical help, contacting authorities, and prioritizing the child's safety is the only right course of action. See you in the next story, tomorrow on Lou.